This is a channel that my friend ran, which is now completely dead. Our goal was to reach 100,000 subscribers, and we did, but now views are down, revenue is basically zero, and he hasn't posted in over 2 months. I want to fix that. So in this video, I'm going to try to create a short for him that gets at least 3 million views to set his channel back on the right track and show you exactly how I did it. No gatekeeping. Okay, so this is the current state of the Pushing Positivity channel. We are barely pulling in 50k views a day, the revenue is zero, and we have lost all momentum. Compared to earlier this year when the channel was literally pulling 100 million views a month, this is not good. But of course, I have a plan. What nobody understands on social media is that videos get pushed out based on how good they are. It's so simple. Great videos over time will always go viral. Which means that I'm about to spend a ton of time looking at what's worked on the channel in the past, what hasn't, current trends, and also what's doing good in our niche right now. Basically, I'm going to craft a mega banger. After lots of hours of grinding, I have officially cooked up a 6-step master formula to make a short on this channel go viral. You probably think that I'm going to start with ideation and I'm going to tell you to get a very good video idea off the top of your head, but to be honest, if you do this, you are absolutely cooked. Having a good idea is incredibly important, but the step that you actually need to start with to make a viral video is analytics. YouTube literally tells you what you need to fix to make your video go viral. Look at this. This video that I posted did horribly. Can you guess why? It's because the video was dog shit. When I was making it a while back, I thought that people would actually care about Kai Cenat's car collection, but they don't. And the way that I presented the information made people care even less. On top of that, my audio sucked, which is why the retention took a super huge dive 4 seconds into the video because literally everybody was scrolling away. If you don't have a video uploaded yet, you can skip this step for now and just make the best video that you possibly can. You can literally get a video up within an hour using the Viewmax remix feature. Right now, I'm going to go through the analytics on the Pushing Positivity channel to try to find a video with really good retention stats that I can go off of. Let's get cooking. Okay, this video about Kai Cenat and his best friend Ray going missing performed really well on the channel before, and I think that these analytics are absolutely perfect to go off of for this next video that we're about to make. I think that this video did good because people know who Kai Cenat and Ray are, and the hook was implying that something bad happened to their friendship. I'm going to keep that in mind, but also this video is 55 seconds long and has a 50-second average view duration, which is crazy. So I think if there's like a longer story where we're implying that something bad happened and we can deliver on that, then this will do really good. Also, this was one of the first videos posted on the Pushing Positivity channel, which is why it's only made $400 because it wasn't even monetized when it blew up. Okay, so knowing this, now we are good to go to the next section. Take a look at these 2 videos because there's a problem here.
IShowSpeed just got in a fight with his brother. What is wrong with you, bro?
Do you know how Mr. Beast made $250,000 in 1 minute? You might think that because I'm talking about Mr. Beast, who is more famous than Kai Cenat, that video would do better. But you're wrong. I thought that people would care about Mr. Beast's financial situation, but it turns out that most shorts viewers absolutely do not. The first video about speed performed about 100 times better than the Mr. Beast one because the idea was 100 times better. This is the first rule of good ideas. People need to actually care about. But having an idea that people just care about isn't enough. You have to fill a gap in the market. In social media, the easiest way to make viral content is to make content for audiences that are starving for it. The whole goal here is to find ideas that your viewers haven't been shown before, which in our streamer niche is streamer stories that happen every day. So since we've already established in the previous section that I'm going to do some sort of video about like what happened to Kai Cenat's best friend Ray, I'm going to look for similar video ideas that fit that narrative. Okay, I have cooked up a banger. I was strategically doom scrolling and I came across this story about how Kai and Ray are beefing, and this hasn't been covered on any channel in our niche yet. Usually to find banger video ideas, I come across them strategically doom scrolling, or I'm using the 1 + 1 = 2 method where I mix 2 concepts together, or I'm using the Zoink and Twist method where I steal something that's already worked and change it by 5%. I am super confident that we have a banger idea now, so on to the next section. If you are currently making content on social media, I want you to open up your analytics right now and look at your most recent retention graph. You will see that you probably have what I call the 4-second drop. This is by far the most common reason why your videos aren't going viral, and you can fix this with good script writing. Let's look at the script for the primitive survival fakes video that I showed you before, because it has one of the flattest retention graphs that I have ever seen. Okay, wait, I'm gonna pull this shit up. These primitive survival videos are fake. The first sentence of your video sets an expectation in the viewer's head for what's to come, and this does go back to ideation, but this specific first sentence, I'm breaking the connotation of these primitive survival videos being fake that the viewer have already seen before. You literally want to use as little words as possible to be able to set this expectation and then set up for the direct next sentence. See, in this video where two guys turn dirt into an underground house and swimming pool, there's 7 different things to prove that the build was staged. Okay, this is an absolute masterclass and you should lock in. The first half of this sentence feels like you are directly getting into the video and delivering on the promise that you set in the hook, and then the second half of the sentence is a rehook that sets up the rest of the video. Since I'm saying there's 7 things that prove that the build was staged, I'm literally setting it up to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the payoff right at the end. And once you get to this point, you are invested completely and there's no way that you're scrolling. This is called a listicle structure, and it's one of the many storytelling frameworks that we've picked up on over making thousands and thousands of shorts, but this one works really well. There's parts of the video where you can see excavator marks, paint cans, and cement bags, but if that doesn't convince you that the build isn't real, then maybe the actual excavator or truck that they forgot to edit out will change your mind. Okay, so this is obviously a run-on sentence, but I wanted to do this on purpose to deliver on the first 3 right away. So just like 1, 2, 3, boom, you know that I am delivering on what I'm talking about. The language that I'm using here implies that in the coming sentences, there's going to be more and more obvious stuff that show why this video was fake. So once again, it's just a rehook to get them to keep watching. The cherry on top is the not so primitive gasoline that they used to light the fire, and then the part of the video where they accidentally included a guy in a white shirt working on the build in the background. So subscribe if you think the videos are fake. We're literally just continuing the progression here, and once again, the goal was to not only just say this stuff in the script, but also show what I was talking about visually on screen. So we're like circling the guy in the white shirt working on the build in the background. I did a subscriber bait hook at the end of the video, which I do not recommend most people do if you're wanting to make money, but that did lead to us getting over 250,000 subscribers from that one video. I got incredibly nerdy about that script breakdown just so you guys can understand how much I really care about all of the little details here, because that's what makes or breaks the video. So now I'm going to chef up a banger script for this Kai Cenat and Ray video.
1 eternity later.
I have cooked. What happened to Kai Cenat and Ray? Like I was talking about before, this sets the expectation that something happened to their friendship that the viewer hasn't seen yet. And then for the pushing positivity niche specifically, using actual streamer clips to prove your point helps a lot.
What is wrong with you? You on some other shit?
This proves that the expectation I set in the hook is not bullshit, and it adds some curiosity to keep the viewer watching. See, Kai's currently streaming every day for Mafiathon 3, but his relationship with Ray has gone completely wrong. I'm using that same format where the first half of the sentence gets directly into the video and feels like I'm paying off the hook, and then the second half is a rehook. I'm saying like, it went completely wrong. See, when Ray first appeared in the Mafiathon, everything was going well, but there's 3 things to prove that Ray hates Kai. This is setting up that listicle scripting format that I just nerded out about on the primitive survival video, which I think will be absolutely fire here because you guys will see what's coming.
First is when Kai got extremely upset at Ray and called him out in front of everybody for sleeping way too long.
This is just the delivery 1 of the listicle format, but the reason why this is so good is because I have clips for all 3 of these that prove what I'm talking about.
You can visibly see that Ray was upset, and everyone in the chat was saying that Ray might be depressed, but that's not all. Next is when Kai and the boys were driving home from a theme park, and all they were doing was eating hamburgers, but Kai started yelling at Ray for having no manners.
Once again, this is delivery 2 of the listicle format, and then we have a clip that perfectly fits what I'm talking about here to back it up. The cherry on top happened just yesterday when Kai was talking to his stream and saying that Ray might have left the Mafiathon. And then here for this third delivery, as the video is wrapping up, I want to end it as abruptly as possible to give people no time to scroll away, which is exactly what we're doing. If you remember, the video that performed really well before was 55 seconds long, which is why I altered the scripting format slightly from the primitive survival fakes video so that we could get a longer video here. When you're recording videos, literally all you have to remember is 3 things. The first is that casual is always better. I made this mistake more than anybody else, especially when I started making videos where I have to get into this recording voice and I have this enthusiastic personality, and it's just not good. No audience really wants to watch that. It's inauthentic, and you can still speak with excitement, just not with this like screaming over the top recording voice. The second is that you don't even really need to voice over things anymore. Here's a hook from a video that was completely made with AI.
This is a strange species of seaweed, and you won't believe what locals do with it.
We trained these voices that would specifically perform well in videos in our tool Viewmax, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. And finally, you do not need a fancy microphone like I have. You can literally just record videos on your phone that go viral. If you think that your audio isn't good enough, you can run it through something like Adobe Podcast to make it sound absolutely insane. We have the exact Pushing Positivity voice clone in Viewmax, so I'm gonna spend like 5 minutes to try to one-shot this right now. Most people overcomplicate and don't understand what good editing is, but I think that I can explain it to you in under a minute. If I could boil down good editing into one sentence, it would be think about what your viewer wants to see and give it to them. Here, look at this. Sam Sulik, the gym influencer's most popular video, has 4.6 million views and is an hour long. In total, there are 14 cuts in the video, which averages out to 1 cut every 4 minutes. The comments absolutely love this because the less you edit the videos, the more authenticity there is, and they're clicking for the authenticity. Now, when you compare this to a Mr. Beast intro,
Who would win in a game of tug-of-war? The strongest man on earth or 100 kids?
they're both clearly trying to accomplish different things, but they work because they're giving the audience exactly what they want. I have a super secret document that I send to all of my editors to make sure that my videos come back as bangers. I'm about to send this Pushing Positivity video off to get edited right now, so I want to leak the 4 main things that are in this document. The first is variety of visuals, so making sure that the viewer always has something to look at. Usually we're rotating out the B-roll every 0.75 seconds, and whenever I talk about something in the script, I always want to show it visually on screen super obviously, so we're using arrows, circles, zooms to accomplish that. The second thing is continuity. There should be absolutely nowhere for the viewer to click off. Continuity does go into the idea, scripting, and execution of the video, but it's only in editing where you'll actually be able to see if the video flows or not. Oftentimes it doesn't, and we'll go back in and re-record voice lines or change the script or something like that. Basically, if the video feels like it's edited when the viewer is watching, then you are cooked. The third thing in this document is sound design, which is way more important than you probably realize. Specifically, when editing voiceover lines, I ask all of our editors to put my voiceover on 2 separate tracks so they flow into each other. You probably don't even realize it, but on videos like this one right now, the editors are absolutely chefing on the sound design. Here's an amazing example from one of my roommate Dean's recent videos. And then the last thing and most important that we focus on in editing is what I call the insane first 4 seconds. I said before that to fix the drop-off in the first 4 seconds, the idea, visuals, audio, and hook all need to be aligned. And then you need to directly deliver on the payoff of the video in the next sentence, wasting absolutely no time. In the video that we're cooking on right now, we're gonna make it seem like something bad happened to Kai and Ray's friendship, we're gonna play a clip to prove that, and then we're gonna get directly into the video with no time wasted. Because I am lazy, I'm gonna have an editor chef this video up in Viewmax and then react to the video when I get it back.
1 eternity later.
All right, I got the video back and I'm about to watch it for the first time.
What happened to Kai Cenat and Ray?
What is wrong with you? You on some other shit?
See, Kai is currently streaming every single day for Mafiathon 3, but his relationship with Ray has gone completely wrong. See, when Ray first appeared in the Mafiathon, everything was going well, but there's 3 things to prove that Ray hates Kai. First is when Kai got extremely upset at Ray and called him out in front of everybody for sleeping way too long.
You been asleep for how long, Ray?
You can visibly see
clip.
that Ray was upset, and everyone in the chat was saying that Ray might be depressed, but that's not all. Next is when Kai and the boys were driving home from a theme park, and all they were doing was eating hamburgers, but Kai started yelling at Ray for having no manners.
You need a hardcore reset in Taiwan.
The cherry on top happened just yesterday when Kai was talking to his stream and saying that Ray might have left the Mafiathon.
That is perfect. The video turned out to be 41 seconds, which is slightly shorter than I wanted, but I think that'll still work. I think that since the channel has no momentum right now, this video might sit at low views for a couple of days before spiking up, but I hope that it just instantly gets like 10 billion views. Most people that start YouTube channels severely underestimate the amount of volume that you need to do to break out of view jail. If you followed the formula that I showed in this video 50 times and actually tried making your videos better each time, you would 100% see some success. The issue is that literally nobody anymore can upload for that long without seeing any success, and they freak out after a week of uploading with 0 views. I'm about to upload this video and there is no special trick. It doesn't matter if you're on an aged account or if you've heated it up in the comments or anything like that. The only driver that matters to getting views and making money on social media is if the content is actually good or not. Okay, so I'm just gonna upload this right now and give it a simple title like "What Happened to Kai Cenat and Ray?" Okay, and boom. It is uploaded. I will check back in with you guys in a couple of days for the results. I have some news for you. It has been a month. 4.3 million views, 2,000 subscribers gained, $650 made. Okay, so right away, 15 hours in, this video had like 170,000 views, and then over the next couple days, it just blew up past the goal of 3 million. It has a 40-second average view duration on a 42-second long video, and it has an 85/15 swipe rate, which is really, really good. Something that did kind of annoy me is the drop off here, like right after 4 seconds. I was preaching about fixing that 4-second drop off, and I still had a slight drop off here. I know that people are going to get mad at me for doing this on an already successful channel, but if you go back and look, we use this exact same playbook to start this channel from 0 to making over $1,000 a day. If you want to make viral shorts like in this video, we built the exact template in Viewmax.io. And if you want to ask me any questions, you can look at the professional plan in Viewmax, which gives you access to the private community where I respond to literally everybody. Thank you and have an amazing day.